Silence and the return of a whisper. Imagine this. For long months, Voyager 1, a spacecraft older than the Internet itself, had gone completely silent. 15 billion miles from Earth. No signal. No data. Nothing but silence. A silence so deep, so absolute, it felt as though the universe itself had drawn a heavy curtain across the stage. For scientists, that silence was unbearable. They feared the worst. Had humanity's furthest explorer, our tiny golden-plated messenger, finally perished in the endless dark? And then, just as hope was dimming, just as despair was creeping in, a faint whisper returned. But this was no routine update. Not a simple reboot. Not a standard systems check. What Voyager sent back was far stranger. It cracked open the illusion we had always clung to, that beyond the sun's reach there was only emptiness, a frozen void. Instead, Voyager revealed something else. Not nothingness but structure. Not silence but movement. Not absence but pressure, boundaries, and hidden architecture. It had crossed to the other side. And what it found there was nothing like anyone had expected. When Voyager 1 first pierced the heliopause in 2012, it became the first human-made object to leave the Sun's protective bubble, our solar system's invisible shield. Many imagined it would drift quietly, slipping into a dark and endless stillness. No sound. No change. Just infinite, cold emptiness. But in April 2024, after months of scrambled signals and fading transmissions, Voyager spoke again. And what it said shook the foundations of astrophysics. Out beyond the heliopause, space isn't silent. It hums. A steady, rhythmic oscillation, like the faint pulse of something alive. Voyager's plasma wave instrument detected this strange background energy, a kind of whisper hidden in the interstellar medium. But that hum was only the beginning. The spacecraft also recorded sharp density spikes, bursts of pressure, shock waves echoing from ancient supernovae. It was as though Voyager had begun drifting through memory itself. Layers of history carved into space by stars that had died thousands, perhaps millions of years ago. Interstellar space was not an empty corridor after all. It was a vast ocean of invisible currents and echoes. And Voyager? Voyager was our fragile sailboat, adrift in this unseen ocean, navigating blind through cosmic weather we never even knew existed. As it pressed deeper, Voyager's instruments began sketching a portrait no telescope could ever provide. A hidden three-dimensional structure lurking in the darkness. Its magnetometer detected sudden misalignments in the galactic magnetic field, violent twists grinding against the Sun's own field like tectonic plates colliding deep within Earth. This wasn't random noise. It was patterned. It was organized. Structured. Hints that the galaxy itself might possess a magnetic skeleton, colossal filaments of invisible force guiding the flow of matter, blocking cosmic rays in some regions, funneling them into streams in others, rivers of radiation coursing through the dark. Voyager had crossed one of these thresholds. A sudden spike in high-energy particles, accelerated by distant black holes and ancient supernovae, slammed into the probe at near light speed. These weren't gentle changes. They were abrupt, jarring, like stepping from one world into another. For decades, we thought the heliosphere was a soft shoreline fading gradually into the galaxy. But Voyager proved us wrong. It's no shoreline. It's a cliff. And beyond resurrection and revelation by late 2023, it seemed Voyager's mission had finally ended. Its signals were garbled, its data unreadable, its systems failing, a machine built in the 1970s faltering at last under the weight of eternity. But NASA's engineers refused to surrender. They traced the problem to a corrupted memory chip, most likely struck by a cosmic ray. Ironically, one of the very forces Voyager was out there to study. And then they attempted the impossible. From 15 billion miles away, they rerouted Voyager's software into backup memory, hardware older than most of the people fixing it. The commands took 22 hours to arrive, 22 hours more for a reply. It was like performing brain surgery with 1970s tools through the keyhole of a time machine. But somehow, it worked. In April 2024, Voyager came back to life. First came engineering data. Then magnetometer readings. Then the plasma and cosmic ray detectors. One by one, the instruments awoke. And with every reactivation, Voyager gifted us something new, a perspective no telescope, no simulation, no artificial intelligence could ever provide. First-hand readings from the black ocean between the stars. Voyager wasn't simply restored. It was reborn. And with it, so was humanity's window into the deepest truths of the galaxy. Today, Voyager isn't just sending back numbers. It's charting something astonishing, the first living map of interstellar space. A galactic GPS. Not for planets or moons, but for radiation zones, for magnetic boundaries, for invisible fog banks of gas and plasma. Already, it has passed through several interstellar cloudlets, regions of denser gas and charged particles, each with its own conditions, its own temperature, its own magnetic orientation. Crossing them is like traveling between invisible continents. Borders you cannot see, but borders that are there all the same. One day, these maps may save astronauts' lives. They could guide human explorers through safe cosmic corridors, using natural magnetic shielding to dodge the deadly streams of cosmic rays. But even more profound, these structures may explain how stars are born. The filaments, the pressure zones, the hidden scaffolding of space itself may act as the seedbeds for new suns. Voyager, in its slow and steady drift, is tracing the anatomy of the galaxy itself. We once believed interstellar space was uniform, a dull desert stretching endlessly. But Voyager has shown us a new reality. Space has weather. It has currents. It has storms. Plasma waves shifting like invisible hurricanes. Magnetic fields twisting like colossal rivers. And everywhere, a steady, persistent hum. A hum that never fades. A hum that resonates through the void like the heartbeat of the galaxy itself. No one yet knows what it truly is. Some say it is resonance, some say turbulence, some whisper it might be something we don't even have the language to describe. But Voyager isn't merely hearing it. It's inside the song now. And for the first time, we are listening with it. This is not science fiction. It is the first page of a much larger chapter. Voyager 1 was never built to find alien worlds, nor to conquer distant galaxies. It was built to listen, to carry our questions into the unknown. And even now, 15 billion miles from Earth, that golden-plated messenger still drifts, still maps, still whispers across the dark. It reminds us of a profound truth. The real frontier was never just out there. It has always been our need to understand. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, beyond the stars you see, Voyager is still listening. Still charting. Still carrying humanity's curiosity forward into the endless sea of the galaxy. And maybe, just maybe, it is teaching us that space is not emptiness. It is a story. A living, breathing story. And right now, Voyager is writing the first